caused it. The push from Marina Mabrey. I didn't even think about that, bruh. Who just did it? I didn't even.
And I believe the WNBA has successfully broken Caitlin.
This kind of bad behavior is exactly what's hurting the WNBA. Marina Mabrey just showed she's acting like a bully who thinks she can hurt the league's biggest star and get away with it. But now, the consequences are catching up to her, and fans are fed up with it.
Because I believe she was hurt during the Las Vegas Aces game. That was the last 2 games she played bad. The Marina Mabrey push could be the hump that broke the camel's back. I think it was that push, bro. I forgot all about the damn push. Wow, that could be what injured her. Because she pushed the hell out of...
On June 17th, during what should have been a normal game between the Indiana Fever and Connecticut Sun, Marina Mabrey did something that looked more like assault than basketball. The video shows it all. Caitlin Clark got poked in the eye by JCS Sheldon, and when Clark tried to push back to make some space, Mabrey suddenly rushed in like a football player and slammed Clark to the ground.
Marina Mabrey shoved Caitlin Clark to the ground after she slashed in the eye by one player, rushed by another. Like, I can clearly see why some of y'all teams in the WNBA are just not successful, bro. Like, y'all don't know how to act. We just gonna call it for what it is. Y'all don't know how to act. Like, there's basketball stuff, and then there's just completely playing dirty.
What really makes people angry is how Marina Mabrey didn't show any regret. While Caitlin Clark was on the ground in pain, possibly badly hurt, Mabrey was in the background smirking, like she was proud of what she did. She even danced around, as if it was funny, after possibly ending the career of the one player who helped bring women's basketball back into the spotlight. The referees saw the whole thing happen live and still gave Marina Mabrey and Caitlin Clark the same technical foul, even though Clark was the one who got attacked. Just think about that. The victim got the same punishment as the person who hit her. That's not fair refereeing. It's a total failure of how professional basketball should be run.
I am really trying to figure out why the entire WNBA acts like they hate Caitlin Clark. Maybe not the entire WNBA, but in tonight's game with the Indiana Fever and the Connecticut Sun, it was a dead ball and Caitlin Clark literally got shoved to the ground. This tweet really sums it up. Marina Mabrey shoved Caitlin Clark to the ground. Again, it was a dead ball. She didn't get ejected from the game. If you watched the game, it was very evident. It looked like Caitlin got hit in the eye by a different player. Play is over, and then both of these players from the Suns come over and just knock her to the ground. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't understand why this is all happening to Caitlin Clark, who's brought so much attention to the league, frankly, revenue and viewership numbers. She single-handedly has made the broadcast rights go up.
If you're enjoying this, don't forget to subscribe. But here's why Mabrey's dirty hit is even more frustrating. Caitlin Clark was already playing with a quad injury. Videos from earlier games showed her using a heating pad and pushing through the pain to keep playing for a league that doesn't seem to value her. Then Mabrey comes in with a cheap shot, and now Clark's injury has gotten even worse.
It is her left groin. So it is near the quad area. Her first 2 injuries, though they were separate, they probably were like a causation correlation type of injury. And those were 2 separate injuries in her quad muscle. And this is an injury to her groin. It's really hard to say when or how she got it. There are a lot of images circulating showing that she did have her quad taped up during the Connecticut Sun.
Now Caitlin Clark is out with a groin injury, and no one knows how long she'll be gone. Is it just a coincidence that this happened after the hit? Probably not. When you're already hurt and someone slams you to the ground, your body reacts in ways that can cause new injuries. Mabrey didn't just hit Clark, she may have started a chain reaction that's now costing the league millions. The numbers make it clear, WNBA ratings have dropped over 50% since Clark got injured. When she plays, Fever games get about 1.81 million viewers. Without her, it drops to just 847,000. That's a massive 53% drop, and it all started with Mabrey's actions.
People are wondering why the hell was Caitlin Clark in this game, a game that was over. with 16 seconds left against the Storm. They won the game.
Basketball of
But
the season.
some people are saying that Caitlin Clark got injured
Off as Clark's back in.
right
She
there.
goes down.
All right, on that play
Midcourt, and
that just happened. That it may be where the injury transpired. Right.
Fans reacted quickly and fiercely. Social media blew up with people calling for Marina Mabrey to be suspended, demanding to know why the league is letting its biggest star be targeted. A petition asking for Sophie Cunningham to be protected while Mabrey gets punished has gotten thousands of signatures. Across Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, one question keeps coming up: how is she not suspended? People are saying what seems obvious: you can't promote someone who attacked your top player and expect fans to stay. Even the WNBA's own posts about Mabrey are filled with angry comments demanding action. And now, it's getting even worse. Fans are threatening to stop watching the league completely if Mabrey doesn't face real punishment. The comments are harsh: fix your league, and you're going to lose fans if Caitlin keeps getting hurt by cheap shots. These aren't just random viewers, they're the fans who started watching because of Caitlin Clark, and they're ready to leave if the league won't protect her.
WNBA continues to fail to meet the moment. Terrible decision to allow Marina Mabrey to stay in the game. People are watching as never before, and this is what they see, ? Absolutely. Her comments are completely on point. The league has got a chance to now actually sell itself. I mean, it's a league, and I'm just going to be honest, it's a league of some of the most unlikable athletes ever created, which makes it a tough watch for a lot of people. So now we've got people we actually like and sort of want to watch, want to support, and this is the product the league is putting out.
The league's response has been embarrassing. At first, they only gave Mabrey a technical foul, and it was only after fans got angry that they changed it to a flagrant 2. But that's all: no suspension, no serious punishment, just a small fine that means nothing to a pro athlete. Mabrey hasn't even apologized. When asked about it, she just said, "Damned if I do, damned if I don't." That's not saying sorry, that's saying she doesn't care. It shows a lot about who she really is. Coach Stephanie White was right when she said the refereeing has been terrible and that it's a problem across the whole league. She said players are getting better, but the refs aren't, and she's not wrong. The officials have totally lost control, letting top players get targeted while the league does nothing.
Acting and standing up for her teammate. So evil.
Well, damned if I do, damned if I don't.
Damn.
Marina Mabrey, damned if I do. Did she just say damned if I do, damned if I don't? She just knocked someone on their ass for no reason from behind. She freaking Marcus Morris them. Well, no, sorry, Nikola Jokic on Marcus Morris there.
If I do, damned if I don't.
I hate that one up.
Like, it's just basketball, man. Y'all love that shit in the NBA, though. It'd be cool when the dudes do it.
People were calling for Jokic got a suspension for doing what Marina Mabrey did to Marcus Morris. Jokic literally...
What makes this even worse is the terrible timing. Caitlin Clark is leading All-Star voting with over 515,000 votes, more than anyone else in the league. The All-Star game is set for July 19th at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, her home court. It was supposed to be her big moment in front of her home fans. But now, because of Mabrey's hit and the injury that followed, Clark might not even be able to play. The league's biggest star, the one who brought the WNBA back into the spotlight, could miss the biggest event of the season because another player let jealousy turn into violence. Even the betting markets have responded. Clark's MVP odds dropped to plus 210 after the injury news. That's not just a number, it shows people realize she might not get the recognition she deserves if she can't play. And all of this happened because the league didn't protect its biggest star.
She had a preseason injury that was the quad. Then it was an aggravation of the quad, and now it's the groin on the same side of the body. I would not be betting her MVP. I don't think it's that important to the team. I don't want to say it's not important to her, but to sit here and bet her at 2.25 at BetMGM is not something I have any interest in. I was happy to bet her the day before she came back when it was 450, 475. But now that you're at 2.25 and we have another injury, a different injury, no, you will not get my money on MVP. No way. Now, title's a different story. You could still bet them 5-1 to win the title. If they just make sure that she's cool and are precautionary with this, of course they could win the title. But I'm pumping the brakes on anything in season, whole season, big picture, because...
Let's talk about the money, because the numbers don't lie. After Caitlin Clark's injury was announced, ticket prices for her big rematch with Angel Reese dropped by 42%. They went from $1,370 to just $80 on average. That's not a small drop, that's a total collapse in demand. And it doesn't stop there. Clark's games normally brought in about 1.19 million viewers. Without her, that number falls to just 394,000. That's the difference between a growing league and one people forget about. In Indianapolis, hotel bookings go up every time the Fever have a home game, all thanks to Clark. The team is even building a $75 million practice facility just because of the attention she brings. Now, all of that is at risk. Why? Because Marina Mabrey decided to slam the league's most valuable player. This isn't just about one game, it's about jobs, businesses, tourism, and a whole economy built around Caitlin Clark. And Mabrey's reckless move has thrown all of it into chaos.
But I will contend, and I will die on this hill, that she has been hurt for as long as this 3-point streak, the struggling streak. Look, guys, it's one thing to struggle and be like 5 of 23 or 6 of 23 or some shit like that. 1 of 23 tells you there is something physically off about the shot. All right, she'll miss her 6th game of the year tonight against the LA Sparks. We don't